What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Elune video here on the channel. Sorry for the lighting being a little dark. We have some random storms here in December in Florida. Go figure, Florida just wants to be crazy. But anyway, we do have some patch notes to go over. These did drop last night. I just was crazy swamped yesterday, and I didn't have a chance to go to really make a video on them. I did read them. I am a little confused on some of the things, so if you guys can clarify anything for me, because I don't claim to know everything, that would be awesome if you guys have any information if I'm missing something. But we are going to go over what we're going to talk about today. Is there's going to be some balancing for a couple heroes, as well as 3 new heroes that are going to be added to the summon pool coming up, and they are doing something different with the summon banner. So let's go ahead and hop in first. We did know about Kuriko, if I'm saying that name correctly. We did know he was coming, so we did get teased of him a couple weeks ago, or about a week ago. Doesn't look like they have any information else besides what we already know. We have also a new waifu, May, kind of similar to like a kind of arena design, holding up, actually no, that's not arena design, that is a teapot. I thought for a second that was a stuffed animal, but she's holding, it looks like a teapot, so she looks like she is a maid. I would assume she's either going to be a debuffer or a supporter from her design. We'll have to see, though. And those are her 3 different kind of costumes. Like, I would assume the 3 default costumes. Then we have Reaper, another waifu character. And once again, I think this looks like a debuffer. May, I could see being a supporter, maybe even a healer. And then I'm hoping Kuriko is a DPS. I really hope he's a DPS, because we have not had a new DPS legendary hero since the inception of the game. So we desperately need one of those. So there you guys go. Those are the 3 new heroes. Now it's showing a step-up banner starting on the 18th. So make sure you guys, if you guys are still summoning on the Summoners War banners, those will be gone, and you will not be able to get those heroes through Fusion, the premium gacha, anything like that. So if you guys still want some more copies of your Elucia and your Artemel, make sure you guys summon before the 18th at 1 a.m. it looks like. Now they probably are going to have the banners go away earlier. You guys check in-game, there may be a different leave time, because a lot of time they have a point where they just don't have a actual banner and just the premium gachas up. So just make sure you guys pay attention to that. But this step up's actually pretty darn good. You are going to get, so basically you're going to go through this, and you're going to get a bonus 4-star Reaper. So just like before, you basically are going to get a 4-star whatever's featured. So since there's only 1 unit focused, it's just going to be his banner. So I would assume that these banners are going to go 1 by 1. So first we'll have Reaper, then we're going to have May, and then we're going to have Kuriko, or, you know, Kuriko could go before May. But look at it this way. Basically, at 1,500 rubies, you're guaranteed to get a 4-star copy. So that's pretty good. That's definitely way better than before, having to go 9,000 pity for the 5-star copy. 9,000 rubies, basically, is what you were looking at before. Now here, you're only going to have to spend 1,500 rubies. So that's pretty awesome. On top of that, you're getting all the bonus extra stuff in between. You are getting a legendary skill book. You're going to get a premium gacha 10-fold summon. You're going to get 10 bonus altar stones for your D-slates. You're going to get 10 bonus class seeds, and then you're going to get a Reaper summon. So for the class seeds, I don't know if that means you're only get. Oh, and there we go. We clarified it. All right. So completely was not paying attention, but they actually did leave the symbol here in the banner. So Reaper is actually a DPS. Interesting. So Reaper's a DPS, so maybe Kuriko is going to be a debuffer. Okay. So Reaper's going to be the first unit we get, and Kuriko could be a debuffer then, or maybe he'll be DPS as well. We'll have to see. But she's a DPS, so there you guys go. Our first legendary female DPS hero, and our first new DPS hero since the launch of the game. So confirm that, so that's good. Because we definitely need more DPS heroes for sure. But anyway, and then you're going to get your Reaper summon on your last step. So I would assume these will repeat. So if you guys want to go ham to try to get all 5 copies, you know, you guys are looking at, I believe that would be around 7,500 rubies to get all 5 copies. So assuming you don't pull any copies in your summons, which hashtag expected to happen because it happened to me in Summoners War. So I'm just saying, don't go in this thinking you're going to pull tons of copies of them through your step-ups. Personally, I'll definitely do at least one full rotation. I think you guys should at least get one copy of all these heroes. We'll have to see what they do to see how vital they are to a certain comp to see if you need them. But keep in mind, you don't have to go crazy on these banners because right here, new Elunes will be added to the regular summon and fusion list after the version 2.5 update. So, not sure when that update is going to happen, and I'm not sure if all of them are going to be added or only Reaper will be added. I guess it'll depend on when we get these updates, because it looks like Reaper's banner is going to be going until the 2nd of January, so only for about 2 weeks. So I would assume that they are going to revert to step 1 after completing... Oh, there's 10 steps, my bad. Okay, so never mind. So they only showed the last couple steps. My bad, guys. Okay, I'm glad I read this in fine print. So, wow, okay. So you have to do 10 steps to get this. So it is 3,000 rubies to get one guaranteed copy. Now, I'm not sure what the other steps are going to be. They could be giving you discounted multis like we did with the Summoners War collab. I would assume it'd be probably something similar to that. But at any rate, I'm sorry about that, guys. I apologize for that. So you are going to have to spend 3,000 rubies to get your guaranteed one copy, which is still not bad. Like I said, that's still a third of what it was before. So just keep that in mind. And we also do get the points to get a random epic and legendary hero as well on top of the step up. So this actually is a little bit better than the Summoners War collab, actually, because you're going to get even more legendary heroes because you're going to get the legendaries from this. And because it is a legendary ticket on this banner, I would assume you can get Reaper in your ticket. So that's pretty cool. So, but yeah, it is 3,000. So if I were you guys, I would try to conserve to spend 3,000 rubies per banner. I would assume we're going to have a step up for each of these heroes. So just keep that in mind. Don't go too crazy, you know. But yeah, I definitely think you guys should at least try to get one copy of each. You know, if you pull them early, then you don't have to complete all the steps. But there you guys go. So, all right. So that's enough on the banners. Like I said, we don't know what they do yet, so we'll have to see what they do to see which ones you want to prioritize. But next, we're going to have a Christmas season event like they teased earlier, which is going to give you Lilith's holiday costume. It's going to give you a holiday lobby. It's going to give you seeds, all that kind of stuff we're used to. You're probably going to get Aeons, friend points. Probably there's going to be a little bit of the purple enhanced stones. There's probably going to be regular enhanced stones. Valors, you're probably going to get as well a little bit of some of the keystones or boost stones, maybe altar stones as well for your D-slate. So just keep all that in mind. Next, we're going to have the new Underground Arena beta. So Underground Arena is going to be a new PvP mode with special rules. Elunes can earn amazing rewards by defeating opponents consecutively. Underground Arena will be going through beta version 2.4. Please note that various balance and rewards may change in the future. And it doesn't really list the rewards yet. So I would assume... So it says, win against an opponent with lower CP than you. Okay. Now, I don't know if the Underground Arena is going to be like a thing where you have to use specific heroes. Like, you have to use 2 tanks and 2 DP. This is just like kind of a mashup team. So we'll have to see how that goes. That's what I would like them to add for PvP is like, you have to use all females, or you have to use all males, or you have to use 2 or 3 healers, or you have to use 3 debuffers. Like, something like that would be pretty cool. But we'll have to see when all this goes on. They don't really give us much information here. They don't give us what the rewards are. So we'll have to see how that goes. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But it's kind of cool. Because a lot of people don't really... At least to me, it seems like PvP is very, like, don't care. Like, people don't care about PvP anymore. Alright, so I think they're trying to bring that back. So next, Elunes can obtain border reward based on the number of titles owned. So you can get a border here, depending on how many titles you guys have. So there you go. Just kind of a little aesthetic thing here. Alright, so next we have the new Lumen Dimension Event Adventure. So new story will be added as we add 3 new Elunes. Details of the new Lumen Adventure will be announced later. So That's going to be, I guess when they're expanding on the dimension, those are going to be the dimension rewards we can get. And then the Dimension Cheer Race event, details of the Elune Dimension Cheer Rate event will be announced later. That's cool, because I actually like the cheer event. I think that was a really cool thing they did with the Summoners War collab. So that's cool that looks like they're going to be, you know, incorporating that in future events down the road. So that's pretty great. And now let's get into the big part of the video, which is the balance adjustments. So your boy with the +5 Rachel is super pumped to see any buff to Rachel. So let's go into it. So first of all, her skill 2 before is during channeling, reduce damage received by 10% and distributes single target damage dealt to any ally in Rachel's row evenly among all allies in that row. When channeling ends, attacks the enemy, channels for 2 turns. So now it's going to be during channeling provokes the target and reduces damage by 10% and distributes single target damage to an ally in Rachel's row evenly among all allies in that row. When channeling ends, attacks the enemy, channels for 2 turns. So the big difference here, guys, is that it's going to provoke the target. I think that is the only thing that changed from reading this. It looks like it's still 10%, distributes single target damage dealt to any ally in Rachel's row. Distributes single target damage, yeah. This only works on single target damage, so, but, yeah. So if someone does, like single, just distribute single target, okay, cool. So, yeah, so it basically makes single target damage spread out AoE and reduces damage by 10%. So, there you guys go. But it does provoke, so that means Rachel should be getting targeted more for damage. Now, I don't know how if the enemy skills work to where you basically, they could still target like another unit. They probably can. That's typically how most things work. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know, guys, but I would assume that they can still single target with special abilities, but probably regular attacks or skill 1, something like that from the enemies. That's probably where the provoke will happen. That's generally how provoke works in mobile RPGs, so we'll have to see, though. And then, or no, we know how provoke works, because Fahrenheit is provoke. What am I even saying? Yeah, so provoke makes it so only the S1 can be used by the enemy, and it has to target that hero. So that's actually awesome. So I would assume this works on provoking all enemies too, which is pretty insane. So that's actually a really big increase in her S2. So next, her ultimate deals damage to an enemy, deals additional damage equal to 20% of the enemy's max HP. Boss damage will not exceed 200% of Rachel's attack. So now it's basically going to go off of the max HP as opposed to the current HP. So it's basically always going to do, it's probably always going to do 200% of Rachel's attack. So I'm still like, I think they still need to increase Rachel's attack because her attack is so low. You need a lot of investment to really see a lot of damage on her skill 3. So I think possibly this still may have to be reworked. If they're wanting her S3 to be a DPS role, to compete with things like Balder, Arslan, Chloe Van, units like that hit insanely hard, I think, or Kang Rim, you know, obviously Kang Rim, I don't think they're ever going to make her to outclass because that's his whole gimmick, but I do think that still this may be a little too low, but we'll have to see what the damage calculations are. I'll probably do a video of that, but if not, she's just going to need a lot of D-Slate investment. She's going to need a lot of gear investment to make her S3 really be potent, so, but we'll see. Now here, okay, I think it was a typo when I first read it, but here we go. So then passive 1 reduces damage received by 20% for all allies deployed in the same row as Rachel except herself. Reduces damage received by 40% for all allies now deployed in the same row as Rachel except herself. So that's basically doubles her passive. Double her passive 1. That's pretty much what that is, so that's pretty sweet. Alright, next we have Elvita. Was before ignores Elvita's attack by 5% for each weakened ally's effect on all enemies. Now increase Elvita's attack and crit rate by 5% for each weakened effect on all enemies. So straight up just is going to increase your crit rate along with her attack. Next, ignores enemies' weakened resistance when attacking an enemy below 50% and prevents them from gaining weakened tolerance even when weakened effects are successfully inflicted. Now, alright, let me read this. Alright, ignores enemy weakened resistance when attacking an enemy over 50%. Oh, okay, I see what they did. So they're basically swapping this. So ignores enemies weaken resistance. Before was when it's below 50%. Now it's when it's over 50%. So it's going to ignore enemies weaken resistance when attacking an enemy that has over 50% HP. So basically, starting of the fights, and when it's relevant, probably you're going to be able to land your weaken effects better on her passive too. So that's basically what it boils down to. All right, gotcha. Very good. I actually like her buffs a lot there. All right, so next we have Gaian. I don't know if he's really used too much, but at any rate, his skill 2 is going to grant an ally 1 random ruin effect for 2 turns. Now it's going to grant an ally with 2 random ruin effects for 2 turns. So basically a straight doubled there. And then passive will increase attack by 3% for each ruin effect an ally has. Galleon will gain additional 10% HP for each ruin he gives to an ally up to 50%. So he's going to be changing into a more of a survivability passive than a attack passive, which makes sense because he's a support character, so that's actually way better for him. Passive 2, after using Bestow Ruin, 50% chance of using it an additional time on the same target. Now it's going to be after using Bestow Ruin, 50% chance of using it an additional time on a different ally with no soul cost. Okay, so changing him to a pure support role basically is what they buffed him to. Very good. All right, we now also in the shop are going to be adding in altar stones, permanent stones, boost stones, and keystones that you guys can buy with gems. So the permanent stones, boost stones, and keystones can be purchased multiple times. The price seems a little high for me, especially on the keystones. 100 rubies for 10 keystones. I am not really down for that, personally. The permanent stones seem better. The boost stones seem better. You're basically looking at 100 gems to get 50 boost stones. All right, but 10 keystones for 100 seems really outrageous. All right. And then 3 times per week, you basically can get 15 additional altar stones for 300 rubies. So depending where you guys are at, if you guys want to do that, you guys can buy those. Next, we're going over the Christmas Medina shop. Okay, and also it shows some other things are going to be adjusted. Class Seed summon price will be adjusted in the air shop. In the air shop? I didn't even know we had Class Seed summons in the air shop. All right, I'll have to check that out. I haven't checked the air battle shop, honestly, in forever. And then next we have a 10+1 price to be adjusted in the Elune Point Shop. Elune Point Shop will now sell key and altar stones, which makes sense because they added, you could buy those with gems as well. Okay. And details of the Christmas Medina shop will be announced separately. Select summon reset. All right. New select summons are going to be... That already has happened. Why? They're going to reset it again? Okay. We already had... Okay, why did they not just wait to add the new heroes to the select summon shop? I don't understand, guys. All right, maybe they're just doing it mostly so people can pay to get more select summons for these other heroes. Which for me, the only thing I want now is Trent. So, all right, fair enough, guys. Well, it is what it is. All right, and then air battle schedule change with the underground schedule change, all those dates going in there. And then there's the Christmas costumes there. And then there's some improvements and bug fixes that you guys can all go through and read because we already are at 18 minutes. I don't really want to go longer than that. So there you guys go. But that kind of is everything in a nutshell with the update. Well, I guess we'll go to the improvements real fast. So they're doing visual display of fusion points. They are doing Elune's now die 5-star, 6-star costumes can be purchased in costumes. Required amount of Elune seeds to craft 85 is reduced to 1,200. Improved main Elune setting display. Dimensional gate stats of epic Elune specifically buffed to match dimensional slates of legendary. So that's actually big because we were actually asking for that in our Discord as well. Minimum donation amounts have been changed to 2,500. Requiring air battle participation's weekly numbers have been reduced to 15 times. See, it's weird. So they're introducing a new form PvP, but they're reducing our requirement to complete weekly rewards for regular PvP. That's really weird. Anyway, and then recurring exploration missions can now be expanded by 10 stages. So I believe, okay, I think we only are at like 5 or 6, something like that. So now they're going to be increasing to 10 stages of exploration, so that's good. So we're going to be hopefully getting more of the moonlight fragments to craft the better materials. So very awesome there, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the whole update. Pretty good stuff going on, I have to say. I'm pretty down for a lot of this stuff, especially the buffs on the heroes. Step-ups now are 3. Basically, think of it, guys, as you're able to get your new heroes for 3,000 rubies instead of 9,000 rubies guaranteed. So we'll have to see how that goes. I would assume the rates are the same. They didn't mention anything about changing the rates. Guys, I have been advocating for you guys for the changing rates and the summons here. I am behind you 100%. Believe me, I was probably one of the most shafted people you'll see on Summoner's War. So I am down for the rates changing. So I feel you guys, but at least they are giving us pity at 3,000 rubies. So if you guys, I highly recommend doing that. But let me know overall what you guys think of the whole patch notes as a whole, between the banners coming up, the Christmas event, the hero adjustments, underground PvP coming to the game as well. Thank you guys so much once again for checking out For Misery Gaming today. If you guys did enjoy today's content, make sure you guys leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell if you guys are new, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next Elune video. Later, guys.